Get hype, everybody. Get hype. Also, good day, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. How's everyone doing? I'm just so full of energy. I'm so excited. Never seen this animated of an intro. Well, you know, I was listening to Idol from K-pop Demon Hunters right before the stream started, and it got me all hyped. I was very excited. Very excited. So it's kind of carrying over now. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Hopefully doing well. Dancing Moonwood. I know. It was. So yeah, I usually listen to like some kind of hype song before I start the stream anyway, and then this one came on. I hit shuffle, and I was like, oh, this is some good dance music. Good dance music right here. Well, welcome everyone. Glad you are here. Hopefully everyone's having an absolutely fantastic day so far. Week. It's almost over. I know that for people on the other side of the world, it's even closer to being over than it is for us, but a little bit early. We're all getting there. Let's see here. Dylan, good evening. And please, unknown artist, please do not kick me. Please do not kick me. You gotta leave that energy in some random dev stream. I don't want to be kicked. Let's see. But yeah, Dylan, good evening. Glad you're here. Selik, you're first. You are first with that letter T. Welcome. Let's see. I've never seen you animated before. Teacher gave us a free time because all he's doing today is giving homework. Oh, well, hopefully you're making good time of that free time and not watching some weird random dude who dances in his basement. Hopefully not. Let's see here. Dance Moonwood. Someone looks like they woke up on both sides of the bed and they were both good. It's true. Both sides of the bed were good. It was absolutely fantastic. Bruh, I just dragged a mannequin to the door for an assessment. Wait, what? You dragged a mannequin to the door for an assessment. What would you say is your assessment of the mannequin? No, the loading intro with your logo. Oh, that animated intro. It's been a week or two now. It's been a slight minute. But to be fair, if you like, it only shows for what, 3 seconds. So if you aren't here in the first 3 seconds, yeah, you're probably not going to have seen it yet. So that's probably why. Let's see. Hootie Hen, welcome. Glad you're here. Welcome. Nick says, nursing. We were doing evacuation. Okay. Well, that's exciting stuff. Did you pass? Did you pass the evacuation? I hope so. Fingers crossed. I usually join like 30 minutes late. That is fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's yeah, so it has been around now for a couple weeks. But again, yeah, if you're not here for those literally like 3 seconds that it's showing, you're gonna miss it. And it always happens like right at the very beginning, so I feel like a lot of people miss it. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. Welcome everyone. I'm glad you're here. So today it's gonna be super exciting because I was thinking about how the look of the dungeon looks, right? All that good stuff. You got to think about how it looks, right? And as I was thinking about it, I was trying to figure out what it was that I didn't like about the dungeon, right? And I was like, is it the angle of the walls? I'm like, obviously they're pretty simplistic looking bricks, but I was like, we can always, like, you know, we kind of mix it up a little bit with the decorations, and so like sometimes they can be cracked, they can be different colors, things like that. So I'm like, what is it that I don't like about them? And as you do, I was scrolling through Pinterest, and I was looking at a whole bunch of like different game concepts and stuff like that, and I started going down this rabbit hole of dungeon crawlers, like specifically very like simplistic 3D dungeon crawlers. So basically kind of like what I'm trying to do here, but you know, this is 2D instead of 3D. And as I was looking, I noticed the walls on the screenshots of these other dungeon crawling games, they were a lot taller, right? Because like with this one, you know, I mean, they only go up this high, and you got all this dead space up here. Like it's not bad, but I was like, it almost feels claustrophobic, which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world. Like if you're trying to go for like a very, I don't know, claustrophobic feel, which I think is why, if you remember from a couple weeks ago where I was talking about wanting to maybe redesign the whole thing, and then I started doing that, and I realized that in RPG Maker, at least the way that I have the dungeon set up right now, would not work. And I'm not about to go redo how the random tomb generation works, so I was like, you know what? Screw that. But as I started looking around, I was like, okay, maybe it just feels too claustrophobic. So I'm like, maybe I just need to like raise the walls up. But when you're trying to do a 3D perspective in 2D pixel art, you can't just be like, well, we're just gonna add another thing of bricks right up here. Like they all have like their own, like if you notice, like the lines don't just go, you know, you don't just have the lines going, you know, from here to there, right? Like they go to there to there, but then this one, you know, goes here to here, kind of straightens out a little bit. This one is almost a straight line, and then this one's starting to go up. And so like so you start running into this perspective issue, right? And with pixel art, you know, obviously I can't, like, I probably could maybe, but it kind of like it gets weird if I'm like trying to stretch it and do weird things. So I had a little bit of time between last stream and this stream. I kind of went through trying to see what I could do in redoing how the rooms look and feel, and I think I've kind of landed on a feel that I like. You're all gonna have to let me know how you feel about it, and yeah, let me know. So this is what it currently looks like, right? We're all familiar with how this room looks, right? Nothing too crazy. This is kind of what I'm feeling we will go with. Have the walls stretch all the way up. I made the bricks in the back slightly smaller than the bricks that are in here. So that way it hopefully feels like the wall is set just like slightly further back. So that way hopefully the room feels bigger, even though like it's taking up the same space. It hopefully feels slightly larger because you know, I'm kind of like forcing the depth perspective of having the bricks smaller, and so it maybe feels like the wall is slightly further away. Even though, you know, if I kind of switch back and forth, like the line is literally in the exact same spot. As you can see, like it's like this line right here, this base line of the wall is literally in the exact same spot on these two. Like it doesn't move at all, but hopefully the room again feels slightly larger because of like the size of the bricks are just a little bit smaller. Hopefully making it feel like the wall is slightly further back. And yeah, and then I feel like having the walls extend all the way up to the top. And so there's not like this blank space up at the top. Hopefully that also will feel good. I don't know. So let me know what you think. I kind of think I'm going to replace all of the graphics with this. So yeah, hopefully people aren't like, oh, this looks terrible. Why would you do this? Horrible. Let's see. Nick says, yes, now making a game out of spite. There. Whatever drives you, Nick. Whatever drives you. Unknown Artist says, it looks too clean to be a dungeon. Wait, which one?
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. Hello Moonman. ISM still at work but him here.
No worries, Axel. No worries, Axel, at all. I appreciate the bits. Thank you. And good luck with the rest of work. I hope that it goes well for you. And thank you for being in here, even though you're still at work. Hopefully, just don't get in trouble. We'll get in trouble. I hope you will not get in trouble for having the stream up while you're at work. Moonwood, is the coffee cup out yet? Not yet. I have been very busy with other stuff, unfortunately. I'm very close to a new Dare Moonwood. Oh, I'm getting excited for it. Loki says, gross. Dang it. Well, scrap it. We're done. We're not doing with it. Loki says, we're not going with it. We will. So here's the thing, right? Because it's not necessarily supposed to be a dungeon. It's supposed to be a tomb. Like it was once a tower, right? And so like it's not necessarily like it was built to be pristine and like a wizard's tower. So yeah, the current looks a little bit too clean, and that is true. And so like here's the thing, because this is the old one right here, and then this is the new one. So the reason why even going back to this older one, I feel like the reason why we're able to get it to look fine is because we can add things like the decoration. So let me just pull these up just for an example. I know it's been a minute. Actually, I can just pull up the freaking game. What am I doing with my life? Let me come in here. We're going to set this to be equal to let's go with -1, -1. So we're only spawning dice. So yeah, so basically the way that it's working with the current room setup is you've got the different decorations, like, right? You've got the torches, you've got the cracked bricks, you've got the vines, and so like we'll be able to add more decorations. Like obviously the decorations that are in the room currently aren't even all the decorations we're going to have. There's like, you know, the multicolored bricks, the torches, the vines, the cracks in the bricks. Those are definitely things we can add later as we're going along. It's more or less just kind of getting like the foundation, the base layer down, and then we can add things like, you know, the discolorations and stuff like that. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with it, is the general idea. Because I was like, it's not changing too much. I still felt like, I was like, maybe I couldn't quite tell what was wrong with it.
Unknown artist says, oh yeah, I forgot to say hi with TTS Moonwood Man Games Wood Games Man Wood Moonwood Games Man Wood Games. Also I posted stuff in Discord in the art channel.
I appreciate that, artist. Thank you for the text speech. And also thank you for the hello. And I'm gonna have to go take a look at the Discord art channel soon. Oh my goodness, first time chatter, restored Purge Jor, best viewers on streamstation.ru. Oh boy. Yeah, we definitely want to go there. Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Or we could come over here and we could ban you. We're just gonna ban you instead. So, good times. Good times. Let's see here. Hey, very close to there. The current looks a little too clean. That's just my personal preference. That's fair, that's fair. I mean, if I wasn't interested in hearing people's opinions or preferences, I wouldn't have opened it up to the class. I wouldn't have been like, what do you guys think? Because if I was just like, yeah, this is good, this is what we're going with. Yeah, so again, like I will be like, we can go in here and we can do things like decoration, right? So like if we come in here, this is like the actual like pixel perfect version. So like we'll be able to add things like crack bricks, you know, so I'll be able to do things like we'll grab that color and I can do things like and like add the cracks in the bricks and do things and stuff, and we can come over here and we can add vines and stuff, and we can be like, yeah, vines, and be like, woo. So it's like, you know, we'll be able to add more to it and like make it feel a little bit less uniform, I guess would be a good word.
_ Benedict cheered 5 bits. Ban the bot, 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 ban the bot.
Yeah, ban it. Ban that bot. Let's see here. I spend 93k mana to force an entire redo of the game. No, okay. Never. I would never. Could you imagine losing like an entire year's worth of progress? So here's the thing. I know you joked about that like 6, 7, 8 months ago or something like that. And even back then it would have been devastating, but especially now I would be like, oh, horrible. Hey chat, give me suggestions on what the dare should be. Don't. Do not, absolutely not. It's the very, very end of the shift. They can fight me. Fair. That's fair, Axel. Would you rather fight 3 chickens the size of you or 3 yous the size of chickens? I'm gonna go with 3 me's the size of chickens. Because I almost feel like I could just like punt the crap out of 3 chicken-sized me's. And then it'd be over. Fight over. Bot. Ban the bot. Bot the ban. All bought the ban. 900 channel points left to get name in credits. Oh, Zach, you were getting super close. The ban bot. The bots are the weirdest. Nab et Tob. Ban. Bot ban the. Bam. Axel B spam TDS. Well, hold up. Axel's not spamming text-to-speech. Axel is giving bits. So. Well, text-to-speech in terms of, you know, the channel redemption anyway. The point redemption. I was having a little fun. I could tell. Hey, and that's what we're here for. We're here to have a little bit of fun. A little tomfoolery. I could get the name in 9 times. It sounds like you could almost get it in 10 times, Loki, which is absolutely nuts. Law is above the rich. Exactly. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm feeling. There is still something that kind of feels slightly off, and I almost feel like it's probably because I have been looking at this tomb for so long that it feels weird to have anything else in its place. So yeah. Again, this is just kind of like me throwing this out here. I don't think we're going to go through and replace all of it tonight on stream. It kind of just feels like it would be, well, I don't know. Or maybe what we can do is we can try and get it looking the way we actually want it to be. Because again, like we are going to have the look exactly how we want before we actually release the demo, and especially before we release the game. So, how about we go through the process of creating this? Shall we? I think we shall. So, basically the idea. Oh, and actually, here's a really quick sneak peek of a couple of the new monsters that are going to be coming into the game. So we've got the venomous slither, so just a giant snake, hopefully cool looking, maybe. The other one is going to be the damned guardsman, just a stone-like knight. I'm still trying to decide backstory for him, but yeah, a stone kind of knight thing that's in the tomb as well. I've got about 7 or 8 monsters more that I want to add, and then I've got a handful of others. So anyway. Wait, what is happening here? No, we hate the poor. Wait, what? We hate the poor. You hate me? I would be included in that. Nick says, what? What's that? This guy? A slither? Giant snake. Big old giant snake. Unless you're talking about something else. Damned guardsman. Let's see. Lane says, Moon, how you doing? I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Lane, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Unknown artist says, you said a no word. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm not saying, so he's a damned guardsman. That means that, you know, he's damned. Like damned to hell. That's not a no word. You can find that in the Bible. So it's fine. It's fine. The silver is a bit hard to make out. The silhouette is a bit hard to make out as a snake. Oh. Yeah, I definitely need to be, I need to rework the color palette just a little bit. Which, speaking of which, I actually kind of have /am. I have, let's see, where is it? Tomb of Vercilias Monsters 2. Here we go. So this is actually the document that I'm working off of for the new monsters. So that we got this guy right here. But on this sprite sheet, we have our potentially new color palette. It is way more gray than what we have used in the past. This was kind of like the original. I recreated the color palette so we would have just a little bit more colors. Not only more shades of each color, I think there's 10 shades of each color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So 10 shades of each color, which I'm like, okay, I feel like that's good. I feel like 10 shades would be more than enough for us to get to where we're going. Because right now, if you don't remember, our color palette is extremely limited. This is the current color palette that we have, which is fine. I've been able to work around it. Everything's been okay so far. But I've had to expand it slightly because like there's not a good color for like paper, right? Like a parchment paper. There's not really a good color in here. You either have to go gray or it's got to be some kind of like orangish or yellowish. So it's like we need to expand it. And so like I've been kind of slowly expanding it over the time, but I haven't really had a set. Like this is going to be the color palette that we have. So anyway, so I'm still trying to decide between, you know, going with like the more vibrant color palette like this or the more grayed out color palette like this. As of right now, these monsters, so you got this slither, this is in the new color palette, like the new grayed out color palette. The damned guardsman, he's in the new color palette. The shielded poltergeist, he's in the new color palette. All of these are going to be the new color palette. We've got a goblin brute. We have got a rabid jackal, a flesh feeder, a vampire bat, a battle rat, and a slime wretch. So that's what we got right now. Eventually, we will have a devious gremlin, a wasp warrior, a bone walker, and a kobold stalker. Yeah, so these last 4 are not in the new color palette. These are these are this color palette, and I may do the more grayed out color palette. I don't know. Still trying to decide if we want to go slightly more vibrant or more grayed out. Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of what we got going on right now. So new color palette, new room layouts, and we will see what happens. So I think what we're going to do, at least for the beginning, we're going to do a little bit of artwork here. We're going to see if we can maybe recreate this. Again, I think maybe I want to make the bricks just a tiny bit bigger. I almost feel like this is too small, you know? Maybe we need to go with 3 high. I think that's what we need to do. I think. Let's see. Hey, you ain't poor. You got infinite mana. You ain't poor. It's fair. You said 2 no words. Bro, we in streamer daycare? So you hate me then? No, I don't. There's no hate. There's no hate. We hate the poor. Yeah, geez, come on, unknown artist. Should I dare you to add 10,000 colors to that? It's a lot of colors. It's a lot too many colors. The monsters have more detail and color than the environment. They look inconsistent. Well, that's the other reason why I'm wanting to redo this, because again, and kind of like I've said, like this is like the base layer here. Eventually, I do want to do something where we have, and I almost wonder, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, eventually I do want to do things where like we have different color, like different, I don't want them to all to just be gray brick, right? So we will eventually, you know, be doing other types of things, like say, for example, you know, we are going to have times where we have, what is happening? Have I like select? Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have things like where we have different colored bricks, and so, you know, so we'd have something like that, and then we would have, you know, then we could recolor them in such a way, you know, have like different colored bricks, like add different vibes to each floor. Like I maybe not each floor being like a different color, but something to that effect, right? Where we're gonna have like different colored things going on, and yeah, hopefully add a little bit of, you know, some splashes of colors, some changes, making it feel just like slightly better. And hopefully, you know, if we were to do something like that, then when you throw in the monsters here, it would actually like stand out a little bit more. So you'd have like different colored bricks. So the gray bricks are very much so just the canvas. So when you're looking at the canvas, when you're looking at the room, the gray brick, just think of that as being the canvas, not necessarily the finished product. Yeah, it's more of just like this is the shape, and then we paint onto that shape with, you know, whether it's different colored bricks, different decorations such as like torches, vines, cracks, drips in the wall, pillars, things like that. So hopefully that kind of puts your maybe mind at ease a little bit of being like, it's gonna be too gray, because I agree 100%. It would be a little bit too bland, too gray, not a very exciting look at to just look at gray brick all the time. Yeah. So that is the hope and the thought. Anyway, Honor says, you made these? I did, with inspiration from some generated sprite sheets. So basically I was like, originally I was like trying to find sprites, and then I was going to like recreate them myself. And I was like, I don't want to run into like copyright issues, and who knows, I may still. So yeah, so basically put in all of the criteria for like how I'm imagining them looking, and then pixelize them myself. So like kind of traced over, was like looking back and forth, just like use as a reference. So yeah, so technically yes. Technically yes. And then just, you know, used AI to like inspire. Obviously still going off of, you know, I was basically like, hey, you know, generate a sprite sheet of monsters. You know, I need it like a dark and gritty feel, minimalistic colors, kind of like have them look like an old CRPG, like a dark, gritty atmosphere, kind of things like that. So, yeah, and then just took what it spat out and pixelized it, and this is what we got. You know, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst. I'm currently working in a 15 color palette. Ooh, I like that. See, here's the thing, is like going with a very minimal color palette is absolutely fantastic. And honestly, like I've gone all the way up until this point using just this color palette. But I think, and I'm not 100% sure on this, I think my problem has become, as I'm creating all the rest of the UI, all the rest of the environment and everything like that, and then I get to the monsters, and I'm like sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, like I want to make the monsters, but I want to make them feel different. I want them to pop a little bit more, but there's just like such little color, and it's like I was like, so I've done and redone, for anyone who's been here for a while, I have done and redone the monsters 5 times, 6 times, and this has been like different designs, different colors, different like anything and everything, just to try and get them just right. And every single time, like a month later, I'm just like, I'm not happy with how the monsters are, and I haven't been able to figure it out. I've always just thought it was like the art style I wasn't a fan of. I think the problem is the color palette. As much as I don't want to admit it, because I really wanted to go with a extremely simple color palette. Like, I mean, again, we've been sticking with this color palette since day one, all the way back last December. But I think probably what needs to happen is we need to expand it slightly, and then just go with that and stick with it and call it good. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do is, yeah, stick with this, call it good, and hopefully at this point, because in here, like, you know, we've got colors for parchment. You know, we've got this a more gray tan. We've got like actual browns instead of oranges. Then we've got more shades of orange, more shades of red. We've got more shades, you know, all these other ones. We've got a darker green, and then a more like toxic looking green, a lighter blue, a darker blue, a light purple, or a dark purple, pink, and then more grays to it. So I think having a slightly expanded color palette while still sticking with this very precise color palette, I think it's going to give us the results we want, while also still, you know, remaining pretty true. I mean, what is this? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I might try and rein it in just a little bit so that we're not running off of more than technically 100 colors. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see. Pretty common to have the enemies and NPCs be more detailed so they stand out. Think Doom, Ultima, Elder Scrolls Arena, etc. Exactly. Yeah. They look great, Moon. Thank you. I appreciate that, Lane. I sent a DM for my secret project I'm working on. Oh, I'm gonna have to go take a look at that. Personally, I'd remove colors from the monsters. It's like having them just like have less, because here's the thing, and I probably will remove some of the details here, but also at the same time, I do want to add more details to these bricks. Like I don't want each one of these bricks to be just a solid color like this. Eventually, what I want to have is if I come over here, let's say, for example, if we were to make it green, right? So I'm going to grab this color palette, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to add that. So very specifically with this wall right here, right? Oh, wait a minute. Is this the same color palette, or did I go with more grayed out? Okay, yeah. I think it is this one. Okay, so this is the slightly more colorful color palette, which is fine. So eventually, I do want to have it be something along the lines of, you know, something like this, where we would each brick would be, you know, detailed like this. You know, say for example, you know, we would have colors like this coming over, like maybe we would have a brick like that. Actually, do this. Let's create a new layer. Okay, so that is that. Let's go with that. Yeah, so basically, you know, you'd have these different colors. You know, a little bit more different depth going on here. Let's grab a slightly darker color. This, that. So, and like each brick would be something like that, where it's like there's going to be more than just a single color per brick. That way, there's like a little bit more detail in them, and hopefully it would look good. I hope. So I feel like having the monsters have a little bit more detail in them is not going to be the end of the world. Eventually, like it'll all kind of blend in it and be fine. We just need to get to that point when we're actually, you know, creating the design and the decorations for the bricks themselves. But I very well may simplify the color palette of the enemies anyway. So I think right now, each enemy is using every single color in their color spectrum. So each enemy would have 10 colors to them. So like this guy, for example, has 10 colors. You know, this guy would have roughly 10. And when you have 10 of like the exact same colors, like with this guy, it makes a little bit more sense. You know, he's got red, green, and then the brown. And so like it kind of makes sense for him to have a little bit more, excuse me, color. But he is still, I believe, using 10 shades of green, which like we probably don't need to have him be using 10 shades of green. And so I would probably go in and simplify the actual greens, like maybe reduce it down to like 5 shades of something. So they probably will be slightly simplified in their color palette eventually once we get there. But for now, this is kind of what I've done is just throwing it in there. And just kind of seeing, you know, what feels good, what works, all that fun stuff. So who knows? Let's see, Undertale mode, like Tetris, where the color palette changes each level. Something like that, yeah, something similar, potentially. Not quite, I'd use more like, more than one bit. What if I dare you to live stream for a week straight? I appreciate the thought behind that. I unfortunately don't have time for that. So that one I would have to veto because I, like, actually can't with everything that I have going on in my life. You know, work, my family, like personal responsibilities and obligations. It just, I'm not able to, unfortunately. 'Cause, I mean, you know, it's like I'm working 40 hours a week and then streaming 12 hours a week, plus spending time, you know, with my wife and my daughter and friends, family, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, so I would not be able to, as much as I would love to. I would absolutely love to. If I get to the point where I could stream every day, each week, like, that would be the ultimate dream. Like, I would absolutely love to become a full-time streaming web dev. That would be peak. I would love it. But that's probably still a little ways off. It won't even happen next year. Who knows? Maybe 2027. That'll be our goal. 2027, we're going to get to the point where we will be a large enough channel / Tomb of Vercilias has sold enough copies for me to be able to quit my day job and do this full-time. That give me the hope. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Just upgraded the server, new CPU and RAM. Oh, Loki, that is super exciting. I know that you were getting a new hard drive, and so was this spurred on by the new hard drive? Did you get a new hard drive and you were like, now I need a new CPU, new RAM, or is it something else? Something else entirely. Like some sort of subathon? I mean, that would be fun. That would be fun. What if someone dares you to release a demo? Well, Firelinkling, that is what we're working on. We are working on our way to get a demo released, so it's not exactly outside of the realm of possibilities, because that is what we're working towards. But hey, if someone wants to use their dare on that, I will absolutely release a demo. It'll happen. 100%. Slightly. Exactly. Slightly. We're already going to do that in a few months. Changes? There have been no changes at all in the last year. So, exactly. Yeah, none at all. No changes. Everything's the exact same. The color be best for the cats in the future. True. Well, and yeah, here's the thing. With the expanded color palette, we will have so many more colors for cats in the future. So, there's a plus. There's a plus. They do look good. Thank you, Fairly. I appreciate that. Thankfully, once we have the Game Maker code in, we can change the art 10,000 times. That would be good. This is getting scary. No, we don't want it to be scary. I like if you keep the walls the same, but add moss to some will make it cooler. And absolutely, yeah, we could definitely do, moss. Because like I have had like a whole bunch of different ideas for different decorations. Yeah, which is basically like, we have the ones in there already, like the cracked bricks, the different colored bricks, the torches. But yeah, so it's having like the cracks, the moss, the vines, stuff like that. I feel like would really like make it feel a little bit more alive instead of just the gray walls with like a decoration here and there. Like I want every single room to have a decoration, whether that be like actually something on the walls like torches, vines or something like that, or just different colored bricks, different kinds of cracks, all that fun stuff. Would be a good time. 70 points away from the dare. You're getting close, Hootie. You're getting close. David, welcome. Ahoy, ahoy. Welcome. Glad you're here. Unknown says, bro has a job. I'm sorry, I'm just a brain rotted. No. You're good. You're good. I wish this was my full-time job. I wish I could do this full-time job. But it's not quite paying enough yet to be able to have me not work anymore. Maybe one day. 10 more points to the dare, Moonwood. It's getting way too close. Somebody take this person's points. Bro, get out. Anyways, would you rather fight 3 chickens the size of you or 3 ewes the size of chickens? Wait, I think I answered this already. You may have gone to ads, though. I would 100% rather fight 3 chicken-sized me's versus a chicken-sized me. Just because a chicken-sized me is only going to be maybe like foot and a half tall, and I feel like I could punt a 1.5 tall me pretty far, and it would just be over like that. So, I think 3 chicken-sized me's is the way that I would want to go. Yeah. Hardly think streaming is worth it, but I appreciate that you still do it. That's fair, Lane. That's fair. And here's the thing, honestly, like, the streaming portion is, I know, never gonna actually make it so I could retire from my job. Like, if anything, the only way that I would probably actually make that be able to work is if I were to be creating videos and shorts and things like that on my YouTube channel that actually were to, like, start getting hundreds of thousands of views or something like that, then maybe. Yeah, as of right now, I think I actually literally just today, actually, I'll pull a Charlie. For anyone who has watched Charlie recently, he recently, was it just yesterday? I think it was yesterday, broke the internet by showing his earnings over a lifetime, and I think it was something he had earned something like $32 million from YouTube, which is kind of crazy. But let's see, watch page ads, analytics. So the watch page ads for all time, my lifetime, the entirety of my YouTube channel. Let's see how much money I have made from YouTube videos. This is including live streams as well. So this is everything that I've made ever since I started actually being monetized in July. So that's when I started. So that's what's that been now? July, August, September. So almost 4 months. Almost 4 months. I have made a whopping total of almost $25. So, yeah, it's not exactly living the YouTuber lifestyle over here. Yeah, I think even my shorts. Oh yeah, there we go. $43. So there we go. All sorts of craziness. Not exactly the like 30 whatever $million that Charlie has made over the course of his lifetime on YouTube. But this is all just to say, not exactly in any position to be like, well, I am retiring from my career and I am switching over to being a YouTuber, because yeah, that's not exactly going to be able to retire on $25 every 4 months. So anyway, all that to say, I will have to continue doing the amount that I'm doing now for a while, and then maybe one day, maybe I'll be able to start doing more again. Who knows? And if not, I'll keep making games, and it'll be a good time. Going to use a dare for the right before you release, so it seems like my idea. That's fair, Winkling. That's fair. 100%. Loki says, sorta. I've been running on a very old CPU and limited RAM. I didn't get a super new CPU, but doubled the core and thread count and quadrupled the RAM. Hey, that's super awesome. Yeah, and it's always fun to get a little bit of an upgrade, especially if you're running like a super old CPU and very small amounts of RAM. At that point, like, it's great because no matter what you do, like even just the slightest bit of upgrade is gonna feel like a huge upgrade. So that's super exciting. I'm very happy for you. I'm sorry, I must watch YouTube. You're fair. I watch more, but I hide it. I spend like 5 hours a day straight watching it. You watch long form videos or shorts. Let's see. I had 4K points. Can't hear nor see your. Oh, I'm so sorry. See, look, I do a mix of both. Okay, ad's over. Welcome back. Glad you're back. All right, everybody. So let's see if we can get this feeling just slightly better, and then we'll see where we're going from there. So let's do. We're just gonna do this really quick, and we're gonna say this should be the final one. Room 3. This should be the final one. Yeah. All right, so here we go. So if we were to do this, so right now the bricks are currently, so actually the bricks are different sizes. So we got a 7x3, we've got a 5x3, and we've got a 6x3, and then I kind of like am like switching back and forth between them. I think I'm actually probably gonna stick with 4x7. Maybe. Let's see. The 4x7 would be something a little bit like this. We're gonna call this one center. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the size of the brick. I almost think we need to go 4x8. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with 4x8. And we're probably gonna stick with the same size. I think I already said that. So there we go. Just kind of duplicate this a few times. We get bricks all the way across. Whoops. Crap. Over, there we go. That should be more than enough. Let's just do one more just to be safe. All right, there we go. There is the nice center. Ooh. Although it is nice. All right, let me just check this really quick, because I don't want to like redo the exact same thing that we currently have. So 32x16. So that would be 8 by 4. That is literally the exact same size of bricks. Yeah, we don't want to do that. That's maybe we do. Let's give it a shot. Give it a shot and see what happens. So the reason why I like going with odd-sized bricks, though, is because you can actually get them centered. Right now, with it being an even-sized bricks, you either have 4 pixels on one side of the brick and then 3 on the other side, from this little divider up there. But if they were uneven, then you have an even amount. It should be fine. Should be all right. All right, let's move that down. There we go. Meeple says, I joined a game jam like a week ago and kind of forgot about it. Oh no, Meeple! That's not good. How much, wait, is it still going, though? If it's still going, maybe you can throw something in. Gonna have to grind out a game tonight. I believe in you, Meeple. I believe in you. Do something simple. Do some kind of, like, puzzle game. As long as they aren't something too crazy. I'm sure you get some kind of puzzle game done tonight. You could do, like, some kind of, like, a sorting game, maybe. Yeah, do like a sorting game of sorts. Do like a cozy sorting game. Actually, I have no idea what the theme is, so I shouldn't be telling you ideas. Moon, what should I dare you to do? You should dare me. I don't know. I feel like if you ask me, I'm going to tell you to dare me to do something that is, like, good for me. The theme is fall? Ooh. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You are a magician's apprentice, and a shelf of his. No, you are a mage. You are an apprentice working at a mage's something or other, some kind of like training area, and there is an accident, and the shelf full of very valuable potions gets shaken, and oh my goodness.
Welcome Sumrandev and your 4 amazing audience members.
Sumrandev, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. How'd the stream go? We live in a 3D world. It's true. We absolutely do live in a 3D world. Sumrandev, raid, jump, scare. I was very scared. Horrifying. Perfect fitting for October. Yo, this is the goober guy. Just a little bit. Oh, it's the goober guy. It is the goober guy. Anyway, yes, Meeple. So yeah, so the game could be you are like some kind of like mage's apprentice, and there is some accident, and the shelf that is holding a bunch of very valuable potions is shaken, and so the potions are falling off the shelf, and it is a juggling game where you have to click on a potion, and so like as they're falling, it'll then like have it bounce back up, and then like every, I don't know, few seconds a new potion will fall, and so then you're like trying to like basically juggle the potions and keep them from falling, and then you just try and go as long as you possibly can, juggling as many potions as you can before one finally falls through and breaks, and then you lose. Now I kind of want to make a game like that. Wonderful. There we go. There we go. Yeah, should be a good time. That's what I got. That's what I got for you anyway. Sumrandev, how'd this rest of the stream go? I apologize that I had to leave, but yeah, definitely had to get started on working on getting ready for my stream. But hopefully it went well for the rest of it. Unknown, you actually did leave me for Moon. What can I say? What can I say? I can't believe this betrayal. I'm coming for you. Oh, careful, Sumrandev. Unknown artist kicks, so just be careful. You've been warned. Have you played Celeste Classic? I have not. I thought that was just Celeste. Celeste Classic. Oh my gosh, if I could spell classic. A hardcore platformer by Matt Thorson. Oh. Wait, is this like the like was this Celeste before Celeste was a thing? Or is this like a fan game? X plus C. What do we got going on here? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is this? You can't make stuff like this in the thing, the Pico. I'm sure there's something that I should know. Okay, so I can't double jump. But I can jump and dash. Can I jump, dash, jump? Nope. Whoops. Whoop! That's going well for me. I'm sure that if I read some instructions, I could probably figure it out. Okay, so I can look up and look down. Cool. Celeste was made 3 years after that game. Oh, okay. All right. It's kind of fun, though. I like it. It feels really good. You know, I'm just horrible at platformers. Oh. Okay, I was like, so help me. I was supposed to go to the left, so I can wall jump. I Second wall slide. Ooh. I don't think that's actually going to mean anything, because, yeah, I am not good at this game. I'm not good at all. I like that, though. That is really cool, though. I had never heard of Celeste Classic, but that is a lot of fun. I would love to make some kind of puzzle platform at some point in time. Let's see. Some Rand Dev says, I love Celeste 64. I was AFK for a second. What did I miss? So we made Celeste in Pico 8. You missed so much, Zach. You missed so much. Oh yeah, the Pico 8 version of Celeste. It's neat. I like it. I like it. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I'm terrible at it. Obviously, you could see. It was the original prototype. That is really cool. I do like that. Celeste Classic was a game jam game. It was expanded on eventually to become the full Celeste. See, maybe that's what I can do with Plunge into the Dungeon. It'll be a game jam game, and then I will create a huge thing that will then become the actual Plunge into the Dungeon. Plunging further into the dungeon is what it'll be called, the full game. Puzzle platformers. They're the best. They're the best. I'm terrible at them, but... and of course, it takes place in autumn, which I really like. I do like that. My idea was to make a game like that, but if you fall, you keep falling off screen instead of restarting each level. That would be a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, there has been a lot of games like that recently, and I feel like they've been doing really well. So yeah, making some kind of game jam game like that would be awesome.
Follow, Masked Piss.
Mask Piss, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, welcome. Glad you're here. Plunge and Dungeon, exactly. The reason why I bring that up, for anyone who may be new, that is very confused by me saying plunge into the dungeon, if we look up the Shovel Game Jam, so there's a game jam a little while ago. Actually, I could just click on my freaking profile. So I made this game for the game jam, and yeah, it's very, very basic. I almost said a puzzle platformer. It is not a puzzle platformer. It is like an arcade style puzzle collecting game. I don't know why the screenshots aren't loading. You can see them. You can see the screenshots. Very basic game, but everyone seems to have loved the concept, and so I do need to actually. I have a roadmap. I have a roadmap of like what I want to do, which is like new game modes, a level up system, equipment shop, an achievement system, story mode, downloadable itch release, a Steam release, and then eventually a mobile release. So eventually those all will happen. Maybe one of these days. You know, when I've got time. But that would be like the full release of Plunge into the Dungeon once I have all that done. But with how much stuff we're doing right now with, you know, Tomb of Vercilias, I don't really have a whole lot of time to jump in and do anything with Plunge into the Dungeon. Anyway, all that aside, that is, yeah. Let's see here. Maple says, I have 2 days and I already made some of the platforming. I think I could finish it in time. I think you could. Absolutely you could. That'd be a lot of fun. I would absolutely love to see your finished product too. Moonwood, did you read my last message? That isn't this one. Maybe. Let's see, how far back? What if I... Oh, okay, I don't think I read this one. That was right before the raid. I am so sorry. What if I dare you to watch all BFDI episodes from Season 1 to the latest episode in Season 5 instead of working and take more than 4 streams? Wait. So you would dare me to stop streaming and... go watch BFDI episodes from Season 1 all the way through Season 5? Are you telling me you want me to watch 5 seasons of a show instead of streaming? Is that what you're daring me to do? That's what it sounds like. My internet is bad. I'm sorry, Zach. Unrunner says, wait, is the lore of Tomb of Vercilias you could reveal that is... some way Plunge into the Dungeon is connected to Vercilias, like the Plunge into the Dungeon player is actually Vercilias trying to escape. You do something like that. I have thought about, and I know we've talked about this before, which is basically, you know how like with Pixar movies, they have like some kind of reference to some of their other movies in basically every single movie. I almost kind of want to do something like that with Plunge into the Dungeon, with Tomb of Vercilias, with all the games that I'm making. I want to have like some kind of link between them, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. So maybe not necessarily set in like the same universe, but like some kind of link I feel like would be a good time. It has been all wonky today because of DDoS attacks. Oh, really? That would make sense, but that really sucks. Did anyone beat my high score? Maybe. Unfortunately, Oatmeal, I never figured out how to actually make a public high score table. And so as of right now, all the high scores are just kind of a local save. So if you're playing it in the browser, they're just saving your cookies, unfortunately. So eventually I would love to figure out how to make some kind of leaderboard where you could actually have people competing for the top high score. Maybe one of these days. I may need to work with some rand dev on something like that and see if we could somehow get a high score system working somehow. I know we would have to like set up like a server and stuff like that. But I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a good time. Now you have to do it on stream. Oh. I don't think I could do that without getting copyright issues. So I don't think you'd be able to dare that. I mean, you could dare it, but I wouldn't be able to do it. So, yeah. So probably have to do something else. So basically for the dares, I feel like probably the line I'll have to draw is if it's stopping me for an extended period of time, if it's stopping me from doing work on Tomb of Vercilias, I will probably have to say I can't, just because of like the crunch of like we're trying to like get the demo done. But other than that, like I'm open for basically anything. Yeah, stuff like that. I would probably have some copyright issues if I was watching a show on stream. Just saying. I'm the Matt Pat of Tomb of Vercilias. Oh, maybe one day we will be lucky enough to get some kind of what the frick is it called? Some kind of game theory about Tomb of Vercilias. Maybe. This is why I took a picture. There. We must buy the local high school. We can do it easy peasy. Well, there we go. Sounds like some red dev is in. There we go. We're gonna try and get a working high school. I did it again. A working high score system working in RPG Maker. Sounds like a database and an API to call the scores. No, yeah, something like that. Like honestly, it's probably way easier than I'm thinking it would be. I just would have absolutely no idea how to do it. You can react to it and not be copyright. It's on YouTube. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But again, 5 seasons of something, and I feel like I would not make a good React streamer. I just don't think I would. I feel like I need to do something, and then I would not make a good React streamer. I just would not. But I could try on my off time to watch it and then be able to like chat with you about it. That would definitely be something I could do. So 80 pixels is currently what the width is. I think we need to go slightly less wide than 80. What if we go with 70? Maybe. And then what if... Well, now I need to see, what is this one currently? So you are 74. So I think what we do is we make it slightly less wide. Maybe it needs to be slightly wider than this thing. Yeah, so maybe like that. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so 80 pixels is how wide it currently is. We do not want it as wide as it currently is. What if we go in by like 3 pixels on each side? Or... Oops. Yeah, maybe something like that. We could also do, so if we were to do, so 80, what if we go 74? Get rid of that. Okay. I think that's probably going to feel good. I think so. We would need Matt Pat to come back just for Tomb of Vercilias lore. I mean, if it gets big enough, maybe. Maybe he would. We could convince him to come back. The something is reacting. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Hootie. I like the idea. I like where you're going with it, but I just don't think I would do. I don't think I would do well as being like a react or something like that. So like I would just get too invested, and then I would forget to react, and then I would have issues with copyright. I would also have to be like constantly pausing it, which I feel like would be super frustrating for people. Lane says, can't remember the last show I've given 5 seasons to. Most of the time you get a season from me and I move on. That's fair, Lane, that's fair. You should watch Attack on Titan. There are 4 seasons. Attack on Titan is pretty good. I gave Attack on Titan 4 episodes, not for me. Chat, please give me an idea for One Big Dare from Moonwood. Too gruesome. It is pretty gruesome. A cartwheel. Oh, a cartwheel would be not good. That would not be good to try and do. Mask Piss says, oh yeah, I should check out the rest of Attack on Titan. I lost interest during the excruciating wait between seasons 1 and 2. It was a long time. I believe it. I believe it. I was not aware of Attack on Titan back then, so luckily I didn't have to go through that excruciating wait. But I have also only ever almost finished season 1 like 5 times. I'll watch a few episodes and then I'll stop. And then I'll watch a few more episodes and then stop. Then by the time I'm like ready to watch more, I forget what was actually happening, and then I have to start all the way back to the start. Just does not work out well. They can watch the entirety of Attack on Titan live on stream. Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem at all. Cartwheel for that. Oh, cartwheel for what? For the dare. Dare me to do a cartwheel. There's nowhere near enough room in this room for that. And I would also die. Like, just in case you're wondering, I would die if I tried to do a cartwheel. I'm just saying. I'll come up with a ton BS theories about your game and post them on YouTube. There we go, Meeple. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe, let's see. I need to finish reading Steel Ball Run before I watch any more shows. Get on that. You gotta finish it. I have no idea what that is. Is it good? I would hope so. I would hope so. Okay, so this would make the wall slightly less large. Man, dealing with such constrained pixel sizes is ridiculous. Okay, yeah, so because as of right now, this guy is 7x3, and I feel like that's too small. But then 4x8 feels too big, so it's like literally just one more pixel, and I'm like, they just feel so large. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what it looks like. All right, so 55 and then 55. Okay, cool. They have the exact same size. So let's come over here, I believe. Okay, so that is that, and then let's grab the 4. Let's center, and then let's do floor. I'll do that later. For now, let's do the left wall. I guess we can do one thing like that. There we go. So we're going to do the left wall. This will essentially be... let's do... Yeah, that'll work. I think if we do that kind of a gradual descent, 2 pixels should be good. Super exciting stuff. Okay, that should be good. Do I do one more? Yeah, I think I do one more. One more pixel width of the wall. That should be all right. Do the other side. I just realized, though, probably going to be... Dang it! Now it's 9. But that's 8. So this is 8, and that's 8. I think the other side is 9. It's fine. No one's going to notice. No one's going to notice. I don't think so anyway. Oh my gosh. All right, what have I missed? Let's see. Fine. We will also accept a normal wheel. I will do a normal wheel. I'll do that on stream. I just sits in it on a car tire all stream. Bulb Turtle, welcome. Glad you're here. Lane says Moon needs to do a stream where he just solves leet code. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would maybe get a few of those. The rest of them I would do terribly at. Moon don't read this. So chat, I think I'm making him add a mail to his game for in-game purchases with in-game money. What? Hold up now. Maybe only extend the smaller bricks. I feel like not uniformness could look cool. Yeah, and that's kind of where I was thinking with the other wall. Although here's something else I was thinking we could do. Like, we don't even necessarily have to do bricks. What we could do is we could do something like this, right? Like, just bear with me, bear with me. We're gonna do something like this, fill that in. And then if instead of doing full-on bricks, if we did something like this, where we kind of just do things like this, where we're like, more of just like doing the bricks as like a small decoration kind of thing, you know? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. So it's more of like a solid wall, but then like the bricks, instead of you like seeing each one individually, you're just seeing like just like small bits, almost like the walls have been plastered, you know, because like in medieval times most walls were plastered, and then just having like small bits here and there to kind of like show like the cracked plaster and then like the brick showing. We could also do something like that instead. That way we're not worrying about like the actual brick sizes themselves. And then we could even, you know, if there are parts of the wall where we wanted to do, you know, like less so bricks, we could even do like more rock type formation things. Yeah. We could also do something like that. He's so evil. Mall. Oh, a mall, yes. Some random dev says, yes! Well, there we go. We may do something like that then instead. Let's see. Would you be able to post your color palette in the Discord? Yeah, I could do that. In just a little bit. Absolutely can. I absolutely can. Let's see. It's about a horse race, but with magic powers. Ooh. I can get behind that. You accept dares on stream. I do. Mostly for Twitch, because there's like a thing on there. Ooh, like this one.
Hens just redeemed Truth or Dare.
Oh boy.
Moon, would I dare you to add to your game a shopping mall for in-game purchases with gem or cash that drop from the monsters?
I can do that. Absolutely can. How about this? Well, yes. We will do that in some way, shape, or form. Absolutely. So the first thought was, I was like, okay, like there'd be some kind of special currency that drops. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, what if the tavern, because there is the tavern in the game, what if in the tavern, because I kind of want to make like a, I want to make the tavern very just like fun to be in, you know, whether it's like I want to have like little mini games in there. So like I want you to be able to play blackjack against other people in there. I want you to be able to play, I kind of want to do like poker and stuff like that. And so I was kind of thinking like, what if when you're playing those mini games, you get a special kind of currency in there, and then you can use that. Maybe something like that. So either it'll drop from monsters, or it'll be something like you collect like as you're playing the mini games and winning in the thing, the tavern. But yes, absolutely, Hootie Hand. I will add that. Yes, I like that dare. That is a good dare. I do like that one. Anyway, yes. So, wait, Maple, can you please? What?
Dazu just turned their way into the credits of Tomb of Vercilias.
Well, Dazu, welcome to the credits of the Tomb of Vercilias. Let me get you added in here really quick, and hold up. That's what I thought. You're in here already. You, my friend, are going straight up over here into the VIP/MVP section. Do you still want it spelled the same? The D-A-Z-Z-U, or would you prefer the D-A-Z-Z-U-U-U? Either way, whatever you would prefer. But congratulations, well done. That is absolutely wild. You made your way into the VIP/MVP area. So, well done. Congratulations. And yeah, well done. And if you would like me to change the name, spelling of the name, let me know. Let me know. Unowner says we should add a gambling edition to this game. You can buy stuff from the mall. Ooh, we could do that as well. Yeah, absolutely. Just loot boxes. There we go. That's what this game needs. We need loot boxes in the game. Yay! Dazu is fine. Okay, cool. Well, we will keep it like that. I'm so close to 4. You're so close, some random. So close. Absolutely crazy. You guys crack me up, and I love it. I love it. People says, can you please add microtransactions and ads to your game? Maybe. I'll add like, oh, there we go. I will add ads to the game, but specifically for my other games. Like, and I'll do it like in very like subtle ways. I'll have some guy in the, I don't know, maybe there like be some corpse you find in the tomb, and here's a note on the body. And it'll be like a ripped out page from his journal, and he'll just be like, I'm really itchy, and I felt like I could plunge into this dungeon, but it just didn't work. I got too itchy. I don't know, something like that. You should also let EA buy your game. Hey, if I had a large publisher come in and they were like, hey, we would like to give you some money for the game, I'd probably be like, okay, it's yours. It would have to be a large enough sum of money, though. Like, I'm not just gonna be like, you know, sure, here's the game for $1,000. The frick is that advertisement? I am advertising Plunge into the Dungeon. You know, the classic game from Moonwood Game Studios. Nothing but classics up in here. Okay, so yeah, so I think that maybe it might be what we do. We'll see. But I think what we're gonna do to make it more simple, we are going to just make the walls solid walls, and then I'll figure it out from there. So, get that, let's fill that in. All right, fill that in. What? Oh my gosh. All right, merge those down, and then let's separate the left from the center. There we go. You're going to be left, and then we're going to fill that in. There we go. All right. Wait, what? $10? You want $15? Okay, I'll do 16. 17. There we go. I will sell the project files of Tomb of Vercilias to the highest bidder. There we go. That's the plan. Wait, I need 100 shirts, 100 hats, and 50 cat collars in the mall. Remake of dungeon graphics? Yes, we are working on, redoing some of the graphics in here. I felt like it needed something, and I felt like what it was is I needed it to feel a little bit less claustrophobic. So it's just kind of feeling claustrophobic, right? Like if you look over here, the ceiling feels very low. Like if you're envisioning this black part up here to be the ceiling, it feels like it's just a very short room, and I don't know. I was like, I'm not a huge fan of it. Like I want the room to feel taller, and so that's kind of where we're going with this. Is we're gonna have the walls go all the way up, and we'll see if that helps at all. We'll see. Base Dr. Pepper drinker. Do it again. Put up a bid for it on eBay. I like the old walls. I mean, I do too. I don't know. It felt, and again, like I think I've talked about this before. I was like, maybe it's because I've been looking at this for almost a year now, where I'm just like, I don't know. Like I want it to feel more of like you're in the room versus that you're like just looking into the room kind of a thing. No? I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking, is I want you to feel like you're more in the room than just like peering into like a window into the room. So I don't know. The old walls look so peak for real. But let the artist cook. Yeah, I don't know. And see, here's the thing too, is it's like, you know, I've got a couple different things here. So obviously, you know, this is the original, this is what it looks like. And then I've tried to remake them a couple times. So this was the first time that I remade them. I made the walls more, what would be the word? More, like the angle is a lot more sharp. So this was the first attempt that I made. And then I was like, I'm not a huge fan of how sharp the edge walls feel. Actually, now that I'm kind of looking at it a little bit more, I kind of like how they're more like straight versus as much. Because then here was the second attempt, having them go like all the way up. And I'm still trying to decide if I like it where the wall feels more open in a way. And then here's kind of the start of the next attempt. I don't know. I don't know. Is the name my mother gave me? What about the cats? They're so used to the old walls. If you change the walls, you'll make 182 cats sad. Your name is actually Masked Piss. wait. Sorry, but TF is that username. There's nothing wrong with Masked Piss. Masked Piss is absolutely a fantastic name. Yes, legally. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I didn't even realize you were doing art. I've been listening. That's fair. No worries at all. The short walls feel less claustrophobic. Really? Because I was feeling like these ones felt more claustrophobic. Because it felt like the ceiling was super low down. But, I mean, hey, yeah, if you feel like this feels more claustrophobic, then maybe we do just stick with the original. Do we just stick with that? Or, okay, do we stick with that, or do we do something like this, where the walls are at more of an extreme angle? And when I say extreme angle, like let me show you really quick. So, as you can see here, so it goes, so basically 2 pixels, 2 pixels, 2 pixels, 2 pixels. So it goes 2 pixels over, 1 pixel down, 2 pixels over, 1 pixel down. That's what's going on right now. This is what we've got going on in this room as well. So it's 2 pixels over, 1 pixel down, 2 pixels over, 1 pixel down, kind of thing going on here. But on this one, it is 1 pixel over on every single one. So it's just a straight 45-degree angle that it's going down. Do we like that 45-degree angle? Or do we like it more? Whoop. Or do we like it less of an extreme angle like this is? I mean, like, I kind of like the idea of the more extreme angle, but I also kind of feel like this just makes the room feel a little bit more wide and open. Yeah. I like the less angly one. I like the old one, Moon. Well, it sounds like changing it might be a bad idea then, so maybe we will wait for a room design in Tomb of Vercilias 2. Maybe that's when we will redesign how the room looks and feels, and we'll stick with the room feel here. Although, I will say, the one thing that I'm kind of thinking that I might actually do is kind of like how you have on this one right here, where you've got like these, you can see like the sides of the walls. How would you guys feel if we were to do that same thing in here as well? So if I come over here and we pull up walls, and we go to the left side, we're gonna do something like this. Let's say we do 8 pixels. I feel like we need like 12 pixels. So yeah, so how would you feel if we did something like this, where you can kind of see like the outer portion of the wall? Just finish it up really quick so you can actually kind of see it a little bit better, and then we'll see what everybody's feeling. Kind of widens it just a little bit, maybe. The shortfall, oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's like you can see the sky. Screw the game jam. I don't feel like making that tonight, but I'll still finish it. Fair. Yeah, if you're not feeling it tonight, that is totally fine. Totally fine and valid. Let's see, maybe some rooms just look different. And maybe that's what I need to do, is just make more of the rooms feel like, yeah, maybe that's what it is that I need to do. Is not necessarily make the entirety of the, like, everything feel and look different. Yeah, maybe what I need to do and focus on is not necessarily doing that, but more of adding more decorations to the rooms, so they feel more unique and different as you go. Maybe that's what we need to focus on instead of like redoing the entire thing from the ground up. That might be better, actually. Let's see. Masked Piss says, JK, it came from a dumb in-joke from when I used to stream back in the day. Fair. I mean, I like it. I like it. I like some good old Masked Piss. If you change the wall, the cats remember the old walls from another timeline. That's true. That's true. Hunter says, I like the less angly one. I like the old one, Moon. It's 50-50 right now. Open is good. All right, all right. Yeah, so it sounds like we're going to keep with this design. But I do kind of think that I kind of like having this outer wall here, so you can see like a little bit more into the room. Not necessarily into the room. I'm trying to think of like how to describe it. But anyway, I think I like this. I think I like having this here. Kind of adds to it, I feel like. Maybe a little bit more depth. I don't know. I think this one is going to be a little less controversial because it's literally just adding a thing to the side. So I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Yeah, so I think we'll go with that. Also, this song is so much louder than all the rest of them. Yeah, I kind of actually like that. I kind of like having it just a little bit more there. All right, everybody. We're going to stick with that. I think I'm also going to fill this in, though, just so it's like a darker thing, you know? Also, why... I don't know why it's doing that thing, but okay. That. Why? Why are some of them doing that and others aren't? It's so very bizarre. There we go. Yeah, we'll go with that. Cool. Let's see here. Open is good. Just put up a Twitch poll for it. Hootie Hen says, when I dare again, I will dare for 500 cats if you do change it into new walls. All right, I won't change it. I swear. I like the outer portion a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that, Matt. I keep wanting to say masked piss. Yeah, thank you. Raise a doctor. I like it. This is the internet's biggest controversy so far. I'm gonna have a whole new YouTube drama controversy going after me, where everyone's gonna be like, the old walls were better. The old walls were better. Put them back. Change them back. I mean, to be fair, I feel like most developers can't really make a game without some kind of controversy. So if this is the most extreme the controversy is gonna get, I will happily take it. I will happily take this amount of controversy. Controversy. That's the word. That's how you pronounce it. Now, one thing I'm going to say, though, I want to adjust this on the floor really quickly. That's, what is this? Is this 20 pixels? It is. We don't want 20. We want to do 16 again. So we're going to say 4 down. Yeah, I think that's good. 2, 3, 4. There we go. I think that helps. Among Us pixel art is in the walls, almost like it's chiseled by other travelers. Do something like that. Good old Adobe is why. Wait. Among Us pixel art. Wait, what do you mean good old Adobe is why? OMG, I'm going to change my username to Maxed Piss after I maxed. I'm glad that I could help contribute to that. 182 plus 500 is 682 cats, Moon. You want that? I don't want that. That's too many cats. That's too many cats. Discord? Yes, Discord soon, and also... Some Randev was right. That is a very creepy looking Eminem right there. First Tomb of Vercilias mod. Return old walls. Oh yeah, some Randev. He was commenting on the weird... Oh, I remember. Oh, he was commenting on the weird fill thing. Well, that's why I was like so confused though, because like the weird fill thing, I don't get why it was doing it. That's why I was very confused, because I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense, because like they're all separated, and so it shouldn't have, like it should, like if I go over here to center and I do fill, Like, it should only be filling the one brick, which is why I was so confused why it was filling more than that. It's like, it works there for some reason. But then when I come over here to this left side and I start filling in, see, and now it's working. Maybe the gray was just too close? No, because it's one tolerance. Who knows? Who knows? What if you just wait. What if you was just not confused? Probably. I definitely was confused though. Yeah, what if you do be the not confused? No, don't confuse me. I'm confused enough in life as it is. I can't be confused more. Okay, and then the one other thing that I kind of want to change is I think what we're going to do is widen this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay, the doors. That's what we want to do. Doors. Back. Here we go. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 4. We're going to fill you in with that. And we're going to fill you in with that. Fill you in with that. Yeah, I think having a slightly wider space there to like show where the player can go. I actually think we want to make it even wider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. There we go. Whoop. Go. There we go. I think that helps. I think that helps in like showing the player where they can go. Okay, that is all the adjustments I'm going to make to this as of right now. Maybe eventually we will do more. Maybe. What happens? This is just out of curiosity, because this, I feel like this almost looks. Maybe I actually do that. I think that actually helps. Okay, cool. Now, let's see. So that's 8. That's 8, and so this would also need to be 8 then. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. Cool beans. Cool. All right. So what do I need to actually change then? As far as like the actual rooms go. Let's close these. We don't need these anymore. We don't need this anymore. Meeple says, I'm carrying the YouTube stream. You really are. You really are. I mean, we've got, what is that, 7 people? It says 7 people watching. But you are definitely carrying the stream as far as chat goes. Wait, be the first in the leaderboard to show support. Try sending a live chat or super. I don't know why it's not giving you XP though. That's kind of weird. I'm so sorry, Meeple. If I was not confused, I dare for 1,000 cats. Moon, when the demo comes out, I speedrun getting all the cats. I mean, there are gonna be cats, so you could definitely speedrun that quest. Let's see, Lane says, damn, ever crave a monster, but it's midnight and debate risky. I have. That is why I try not to keep monsters at home, because it is way too tempting. Why don't you just make the sprites to, with the pixels being 1 pixel in size and just scaling up when you export? So that's how I actually used to be doing it in the early days. That is how I was doing it. But the unfortunate reality is that over time, as I've been kind of mapping out this whole Photoshop doc, is it has gotten to the point where some things are not exactly pixel perfect. And so if I were to resize it back down to being the smaller size, it would kind of mess with a whole bunch of things and it would suck, which is not what I want to have happen anymore. Yeah, so that's why it's kind of an issue on my part. I did that. I shouldn't have, but I did, and now I am paying for it. Also, are these not lining up? Like if I go over, oh my god. These walls aren't the same? Hold the frickin' phone. Because they're the same height down there, but then they get off as they go higher up. Huh. Huh. Okay, that's peculiar. Oh, yeah, they do. These are not the same as over here. Huh. Interesting. What if I duplicate that and I just flip it, see what the freak is going on over here? Yeah, those are way off. I don't know what the freak happened. But I kind of like that because it's the exact same. So delete left, replace that and call it left. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool beans. All right, everybody. Well then, let's do some really quick adjustments to the actual walls for the game itself. Because again, this is all just like the design doc, basically, essentially. We come over here to pictures. What we want to do, is it room? Yes. So room 1 through 15. That reveals the new emote that I have. For anyone who saw that loading for a few seconds, there's a new emote. There's a new emote on Twitch. Unfortunately, it is an animated emote, so you have to be subscribed. But I now have an emote if I am ever yapping. That is really hard to see. Dang it! I'm gonna have to adjust that. It's me going like this. Kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to see. But you get the point. You get the point. It's there. It's there. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm ever yapping. You can remind me that I'm yapping a little bit too much. Is this yapping? A little bit. A little bit. Moon, Where Are the Cats, and Shopping Mall, and Crazy Cat Guy named Hootie. He'll be there eventually. I should actually have a mock-up made in Photoshop instead of fixing inside game engine editor. Yeah, probably. Probably. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I need to make like my actual face. I should have made it like just my face. Instead of like shoulders and head and all that stuff. It should just be my face. Could be easily adjusted. Could be very easily adjusted. All we gotta do is open up some stuff and some things. We come over to downloads. We will grab the yappin' GIF. There we go. That's what it looks like. That's the yappin' GIF. Yeah, so I think all we need to do is we can just go canvas size. Let's just reduce this down to like, I don't know, 600? Oh gosh. It's terrifying. I mean, that would definitely make it bigger. What if we go to like 500? Also, if anyone joins the stream right now, this would be like very, very weird. And I apologize for anyone who is joining just now. Do 32 by 32. I mean, maybe not 32 by 32, but I mean, we could raise this up just a little bit. Then it's kind of looking like I'm bald. We go with that? Jeez. I hate it. I hate it. But I also love it. It is also absolutely fantastic. I like the lifeless eyes as just the jaw goes up and down. All right. Well, there we go. Yeah, cool. So now we just need to do a little bit of a window, and let's turn on. Where the freak is it? What's it called again? Timeline. There we go. Timeline. Let's do there. And you're that. Yeah, there we go. And maybe we change this to be 0.2 seconds. Yep. And then we will export, save for web. Jeez. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want right there. All right, let's do a little bit of yapping 2 gif. We're just gonna close that now. That's gone. It's out. See you later. But now, instead of having a yapping gif like this, we've got a yapping gif like this. Yeah, that's better. Slower and more zoomed in on the face. That's what we need in our lives. Okay. Now we just need to come over here and go to emotes, and we are going to add. Can I change yapping? All right. So what if I get rid of yapping, remove from slot, and then we add another. We add downloads, yapping 2. Just call this one yapping. Oh man, what do you mean? This emote has the same name as our one in your library. Fine, we'll do yapping. All right, yapping. There we go. All right, that should be in there now. Should be updated. Oh no, got rid of all the yapping. But now we should be able to come over here and do a little bit of. Where is it? Where'd it go? Okay, so it still has yapping. Oh my gosh, I think I've broken things. What have I done? Oh my gosh, I've broken it so much. I probably shouldn't have done this while I was live. There we go. All right, so you just have to refresh the stream, and then you'll be good to go. Woo! That was scary for a second. Okay, there we go. Anyway, as I was saying and doing, be right back then. No worries. No worries. Look at old chats, Moon. Oh no, what have I missed? Reminds me of old RPGs. A little bit, yeah, a little bit like that. Yes, please, coffee mug. It would be so in theme for EU viewers. I think we should. Moon, look on Discord. Look in general. Now. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Let's go take a look at Discord, and then we're gonna get back to work. I am so sorry, everybody. I feel like I have not actually done anything. That is my bad. All the private chats. You can't see the things we're talking about. Those are private. Okay, so in art, oh my gosh, what do we got here? There's so much. Oh my gosh, this is 2 days ago. Gonna redraw this digitally once I get the chance. Ooh. Love it. Reroll went through a little bit of a redesign. Wait, is this another new redesign, or is this the one that I played already? I think this is the one that I played already. Yes, yeah, that's the one I did. Let's see. Ooh, I really like the hair. And again, still absolutely love the pants. And then of course you got me down there, just doing crazy things. I love it. Watching Moonwood stream on your own time goes hard. It does. Really does. Absolutely. Spooky Time, palette used, Ice Cream, GB, created by Carrie Lake on low spec. Love it. That looks super good. Also, let's do a little bit of pumpkin. What? There's not a pumpkin? Discord, how do you not have a pumpkin? What? Scary? Spooky? Skeleton? There we go. Close enough. We'll go with a skeleton. Oh my gosh. Newest beta. Not much added for gameplay yet. Fair. I'm gonna have to take a look and see what's going on. Have you react with gas pump? I mean, I could. There we go. Let's see here. Why the anguish? But yes, okay, so then we've got the newest one for the Game Boy. All right, there we go. Let's get that downloaded so I can take a look and see. And then in general, what do we got over here in general? Let's see, US School right now. Oh my gosh. my god. No. No. Terrifying. Oh, Hootie Hand. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, all right. So let's take a quick peek then at what we've got going on over here. So let's open up the sameboy.exe. Moved over there, and then we come over to here. Game 1. Da-ding. We're gonna do new, just in case. All right. So are there any spoilers? What do we got new here? What's going on? What is in the newest update for the game? By the way, you can play the music on stream. Sure. I would worry about that. Yeah, is there anything particular that I should be looking out for, though? I mean, I'm sure I'll see it. I'm assuming anyway I'll see it. Oh my gosh, I'll see it. Hello, I'm Glorb. Hello, Glorb. You must be the new here. Let me show you around. Wait, come back, Glorb. Hurry up. Run. Can I run? I can walk, but I can't run. Oh, let's go. Go. Glorb, where'd you go? Ah, hey, Glorb. Glorb. This is a mountain. It is a mountain. Thank you, Glorb. That's really it. Well, anyways, thanks for staying for my tour. That's fair, Glorb. That's fair. Thank you, Glorb. I appreciate that. Hi. Hello, Glorb. This is a beautiful mountain, Glorb. I do appreciate the tour. It was absolutely fantastic of you to show me around. Yeah, I love it. Glorb speed. So fast. Did you like Glorb's theme? It's not playing any sound for me. Which is why I also don't know if I'd be able to play the music on the stream, because like nothing's playing. Let me see if there's any settings, maybe. Let's see. Open ROM, hot swap, options, audio. Yeah, everything is set to 100. So I don't know what's going on. But I don't think it'd be the interface volume. Bird audio driver? Auto? I don't know. We'll relaunch to apply, I guess. Oh, I have to relaunch. Okay. All right. Let's relaunch and see if it'll actually play music this time. Because it was not playing any music while I was in there. It's very odd. Very odd. Okay, so that's the save. Yeah, still nothing. I have no sound coming through for me. Yeah, I am not sure. But I'll have to mess around with it a little bit and just kind of see what's going on and see if I can get the music working. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I love it. Hey, there we go. Yes, 35. Not too bad. Not too bad. That is a really good time, though. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, but that is super well done, Unknown Artist. Can you play the audio for stream just so that we can tell? Well, I mean, there's nothing coming through. It is like completely silent for me. Like nothing was playing at all. Yeah, maybe you can go to same boy settings. Yeah, and like I mean, I think that was the same boy settings. Pretty sure. Yeah. Options, audio. Yeah, that's like everything's up. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I'll have to mess around with it a little bit and just kind of see what's going on. Maybe the driver, I did change that one and didn't seem to be doing anything. So I don't know. I do not know. Let's see. Do I have to unlock it first? Oh, I think so. I wish that I could do animated GIFs. I wish I could have even just like one free animated GIF. That would be really nice to have. But unfortunately, Twitch does not work that way because they're all about making money. Yeah, unfortunately. Let's see. I'm going to need to re-download Same Boy to see if I can figure that out. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It may be a Same Boy thing. I mean, I've got all my other audio playing, so I don't know what's going on with it though. Same Boy like an emulator. Yes. Yeah, that was I'm assuming just like a Game Boy, just like a regular Game Boy emulator. I don't know. But it is really cool, though. It is really cool. I'm rich, says unknown artist. I wish that I was rich. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you. All right, so let's make the changes in these rooms. Oh, dear. Hello. What if we do this? Because here's the other thing. Is I'm also realizing that I want to do some changes as far as the room transitions go. Maybe. Maybe. It just looks like you. Thank you, Meeple. I appreciate that. Dr. Pepper is the best soda. I'm so proud of you for drinking it. It is my favorite, like 100%. I think the only other soda that I would probably say I like just as much, if not slightly more, is Baja Blast. Like that, I feel like it would be almost impossible for any other soda to top Baja Blast. But Dr. Pepper, so good. And even like any of the variations that I've had have all been so good. I love it. I love it. I don't like Dr. Pepper that much. I know, notice you're missing out. You're missing out. It is so good. It's so good. All right, so what dimensions are we going to need on all of these other rooms? We're going to need it to be 736, 348. 736, 348. 736, 438. That is quite a bit larger. Holy smokes. That should be fine. I have beef with Mountain Dew. That's fair. That's fair. Honestly, I have a hard time drinking just like regular Mountain Dew now. Basically, I have to have one of like the other kinds of Mountain Dews, like Code Red, Voltage. I have to have vodka with Voltage, because that was my first mixed drink I ever had. And now whenever I have Voltage, I'm always just like, there's something missing. Something missing. My fave is Coke. Coke is pretty good too. I don't drink it quite as often, but it's still pretty good. I do still like it. Okay. I wonder, do I just need to copy room, paste it? Why does that seem so much larger? What's going on here? Why does that feel so big? 348. 348, not 438. That would do it. That would be why it felt so much larger. Okay, I think I'm actually going to just do... Yeah, let's just do this. Let's do 736, 348. 736, 348. Paste that in there, delete that, and then we're going to go over here, undo all those changes, and then we're basically just going to take this guy and save over all of the other graphics. I think that's going to be the plan. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah. Same thing with this side. I know it's not actually noticeable in-game, but I'm weird, so we're gonna do that. Okay. Then I think the only other thing is I want to make this, again, just slightly larger. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I just want it to really stand out for the player, so the player is like, oh, I can move back. So you're not just like sitting and watching the map, you're actually watching the room that you're in. I think it makes the most sense. Okay, so room 1. Let's actually do this. Let's just close all of these. Get to all the X buttons on here. And then I will just open up over here on this other side of the screen. I'm just going to open up downloads, Tomb of Vercilias, images, pictures, and then room. The room one is you can only move backwards. If I save you to downloads, Tomb of Vercilias, images, pictures, save this as a PNG, say room 1. Cool. And then I just need to do that 14 more times. So, let's see. Room 2 is you can go to the left. Let's save this as PNG. Room 2. Room 3 is only forward. Center. PNG. 3. Room 4 is to the right. Room 4. Room 5 is up and down. Room 5. 6 is left to right. That, whoops, as a PNG. Room 6. Go. Let's see. Room 7 is down and to the left. Save that as a PNG. Room 7. Room 8 is up and to the left. Whoops. Go. Eight up and to the left. Up and to the right. Room 9. Room 9? Room 9, up and to the right, yes. Then you are going to be down and to the right. That is room 10. Room 11 is down to the left and the right. 12, no, room 11, yeah. Room 12 is everywhere but the right. Room 13 is everywhere but back. Room 14 is everywhere but left. Unknown artist. I just saw your message pop out from behind my windows that were covering the chat, and I'm like, what? I mean, congratulations, but I was not expecting that. Not expecting that at all. And room 15. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, don't like Dr. Pepper, but like I'm addicted to Coke, not the drug. Fair. There was an old purple Mountain Dew that was like a big gulp or something. That was my favorite drink in the world as a kid. I don't know if I ever had a purple Mountain Dew. I think the only kind of like slightly obscure one would be the like the what's it called? The Live Wire, the orange one. That one is, yeah. My friend stole my phone. That sounds about right. That sounds right. Blasted friends. Blasted friends. That's fair, though. No judgment. No judgment. If that's the case. Let's see. Meeple says, is vodka with another brand of vodka... Wait. Is vodka with another brand of vodka a mixed drink? I don't think so. I think that just means you're an alcoholic. I better go read some. Told myself I would last night. No worries at all, Meeple. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening, and I will see you on the next stream on Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, actually, really quickly, just a really quick announcement. So I know we were kind of talking about having the what were we gonna call it? The gaming stream on Sunday. I think what we're gonna do is next Thursday. So a week from today is when we're going to do the gaming stream. Instead of doing the game development stream, we're gonna do actual gaming. But it is not going to be here on this channel. Reason being is because the algorithm, both YouTube and Twitch, they don't like it when you decide to switch things up on them. So if I like start playing a game, even just for one stream, for weeks, it just messes with the algorithm because it's like, wait, are you doing gaming videos now? And so then it tries to like recalibrate itself even after one stream. And then if even on the next video, on the next stream, whatever it is, I go back to game development stuff, it is like it just messes with it. So basically the general idea is instead of doing that, instead of streaming here, what we're gonna do is let's go to youtube.com, and I think we can do what did I call it again? Moonwood Gaming? Nope, that's Moonwood Games. Moonwood Games. Moonwood Games. What the crap? Okay, is it youtube.com/Moonwood Gaming? Oh, was that what I called it? Nope. I don't remember what I called the channel name. Hold up. A second Moonwood channel? I know, it's crazy. Probably not exactly necessary, but I did anyway. All right, hold up. Give me 2 seconds. I need to see what's going on here. Moonwood Gaming at gmail.com. Oh, crap. I don't remember what I would have set the password to be. Well, this is awkward. This is awkward. I do not remember what I had it to be. Anyway, yes, so I'll be sharing the different channel we'll be streaming the gaming from on Thursday. That way, you know, if you want to join for the gaming stream, I'll have it on a different channel. So it'll be both on Twitch and on YouTube, different channels. Over on Twitch, I haven't created the channel yet. And then over on YouTube, I apparently need to remember what my credentials are. But it will be on there, and I'll make sure to like post it on Discord and all that fun stuff. So let's see here. Big fan of Josh Strife Hayes. Love how he has like 15 channels for different things. Josh Strife Hayes is absolutely fantastic. I do love Josh Strife Hayes. And honestly, like that's kind of the way you have to do it now. Like I miss the good old days of YouTube where it was you could just have your channel, and then you basically the way you would manage it, you just have like different playlists and things like that, and then the different playlists is what you put the stuff in, and it just worked out fantastically. And people came to your channel for you know, YouTube. They came for you, and then they just picked the channel playlists based on the content they wanted to watch from. But nowadays, with how the algorithm works, it's quite literally like it doesn't matter if it's you. I mean, like true. If you are a very large creator, the algorithm works a lot better for you. But if you're a smaller creator, you basically have to have multiple different channels if you want to do different things. So, I'll see. Wormman Meeple says, I forgot I had Twitch. Well, Meeple, I'm glad you're over here as well. Welcome. Anyway, yeah. So I cannot believe that I've forgotten. What would I have set this password to? I don't know. I don't have that saved either. What about Google? What do I have saved for Google? I have it in here. Nope. Oh, but I may have done that actually. Hold up. Dang it, I didn't do that. Oh well. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I will figure it out in some way, shape, or form. But I will share the link. I'll let everybody know. Again, like it's still a little ways down the road, and so it's not like it's going to be the end of the world. I will be able to like let everyone know when it's happening, where it's happening, all that fun stuff. Wait a minute. Did that one? No. Yeah, that's what I thought it would be. What the crap would I would have set this password to? This is very embarrassing. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like recover it or something because I do not know. Okay, yeah, I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. I have a recovery email set up so like it's not like it's the end of the world. I'm also signed in on a different computer, so I can just go in there and probably change my password. Right. Anyway, so let's get back into this. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Wait, is that gonna be how it is on all the new rooms now? Oh dear, please do not. Oh my. What happened there? Why is that line off? Do I fix that later? Oh, have to. That's gonna irritate the crap out of me. How did that get off? Okay, what are you? You are 44, and you are 40. So I just accidentally added one too many. Dang it. All right, whatever. Okay, I believe that all of those should be 40 now. Yeah, those all look the same size now. Well, they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be like that. Alright, what if we just say 30 pixels in from there and then 30 pixels in from there? Copy that, save it. We delete you. You. Yeah. All right. Well, move it along, move it along. We got 13 more of these to do. Gosh, why do I keep fat fingering that thing? Wait, why is that? Oh my gosh. This, I'm just gonna apologize in advance. This stream is gonna be a rough one, and I am so sorry. And if everyone is like, you know what, we out, I would not blame anyone at all for being like, all right, I'm done with the stream. This has been a rough one. I don't know why it's been such a weird. I think it's because I started the stream thinking I knew what I was gonna want / need to do, and then it has just fallen apart. Because we all realized that my ideas were bad ideas. And then I had to like pivot, and now I'm like, ooh. So I apologize. I apologize sincerely. You hear the sincerity in my voice. But it's there, promise. So then, what is happening here? That does that, and it gets it all lined up. And what's going on over here? Why would this be off? Is it off over here too? Oh my gosh, it is. Oh, it's off on both of those. Okay. It's good. It's good. Party up here. All right, well, gonna be fine. Go through, get rid of that guy. Nope. We'll get rid of that guy and then get rid of this guy. Go. It's all lined up properly. Whoop. Merge that, save that, close that. Paste it. Up there. Delete you to you. Delete you to you. Merge it, save it, close it. Paste it. Unowner says, okay, the audio works for me in Same Boy. You might have it muted in settings somewhere. That is possible. That is possible. Instead of doing 16 combinations of dungeon sprites, wouldn't it be better to add graphics on top of the wall? So you can save on resources, image layers, and image layers mostly. So yes, except for the reason why I've done it this way is because of the limitations in RPG Maker when it comes to the amount of layers you can show at the same time. We kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but yeah, so basically with RPG Maker, you can only have, I'm limited to 100 images on the screen at once. And as soon as I try and show more than that, I have to like replace images, unfortunately. So the reason why I did this is so I could show the entire floor in just one image layer, so that it's not having to show, because if not, it would have to show the room. Oh my gosh. Freaking RPG. I would have to show the room. Then you could potentially have to 1, 2, 3, 4 doors. So that's 5 images just for showing the room itself. And then as far as the decorations go, that would be another image layer or 2. So it just kind of got to the point where I was like, all right, what if instead we just have it all in one image layer? And yeah, like it kind of sucks because then I have to have essentially 15 of the same thing, just with like slight variations. So like it's less efficient in that capacity. But as far as RPG Maker goes in showing rooms, it's like more efficient in a weird roundabout way. There we go. But I was concerned a little bit about like size, like, you know, having so many images, like, right, like this is a lot of images. This is a lot, and this is not even all of them. Like, this is currently 610 images, which again, like, you know, we've got like the different colored cards, we've got all the different colored dice, and there's definitely ways that I could look into now adjusting that. But the reason why I was doing it this way initially, yeah, it was just like, you know, saving resources in RPG Maker. But even though I was worried about it, because I'm like, that is a lot of images. I mean, like, each one of these images, like this room image right here, is 5.09 kilobytes. So very tiny, not really all that crazy large. Like, if I grab every single image, and a lot of these aren't even in the game anyway, but every single image, as of right now, we probably will clean up a lot of these, plus, you know, add more, obviously. So that is, excuse me, just over 4 megabytes. So it shouldn't be too bad as far as, you know, in terms of the actual size of the game. The installation should be okay, but there are definitely ways that I could go in and adjust things to make it slightly more efficient. But yeah, so it was more of just like trying to use the least amount of image layers in Tomb of Vercilias or in RPG Maker as possible, so that it was, you know, so I could actually have the engine work. And image layers, mostly, let's see, Tomb of Vercilias won't fit on a floppy disk, negative 1 stars. I did actually, for a little bit of time, I thought about trying to keep the size of the game under, what is it, like 4 point, however many megabytes it is that a floppy disk hold. Is it 4.5, 4.6? Floppy disk storage. Why? Wait. It's 1.44 megabytes. Why was I thinking, what holds like 4 megabytes? Is there a different type of floppy drive, like floppy disk, that holds like 4 megabytes? 3.5-inch disc holds 2.88 megabytes. The 5 1/4 held up to 1.2. Well, I don't know where I was getting the. Maybe I was just misremembering the 1.44, and I was thinking 4.44 for some reason. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that. Anyway, so I had thought about it, but that was definitely not gonna be the case once I got everything in here. Because even with the images, like I could probably try and keep like image size and like game size as being pretty small, not quite 1.44 megabytes small. But then I started thinking about the music, and I was like, oh, once I get the music in here, then it's going to be even larger. And so I was like, all right, well, that's not good at all. So it was a hope, it was a dream, but that dream was quickly dashed, and that's just not gonna work. If I wasn't making this an RPG Maker, maybe. But the problem with RPG Maker, well, okay, it's not necessarily a problem, but as far as like space goes, it uses M4A and OGG files. And you have to have 2 versions of each song. I guess you don't have to. I believe the OGG versions are for mobile and web-based, and then the M4A is for like Windows installations. And so if you want to be able to have it work on each one of those, then you have to have the different versions of each song, which gets very large very quickly. Like each song is probably going to be roughly 4 to 5 megabytes, and yeah, so I'm like, well, that is not going to happen. Yeah, if I could use like MIDI or something, then that would be great. But that's kind of more of a RPG Maker 2000 thing. I wish I had the option, but you don't even have the option in MV or MZ. Chris says hi. Welcome, Chris. Welcome. Glad you're here. How is your evening / day going for you? Lane says, I wish I lived through the early tech age so much, man. Imagine trying to cram a game on a floppy. You know, it is absolutely wild, the old days. And here's the thing, like, I would consider myself having gone through that. I mean, even though, like, so, like, I was born in the early 90s, so I, like, grew up in, like, the 90s and the early 2000s, but we were very poor, and my dad ran, like, an electronics repair shop as a part-time thing. And so I had all sorts of like old computers come through, and like my first computer was like a 486. It's like super old computer. Like I didn't have a Pentium until I say quite late in my childhood, I guess you could say. I was like 10, 11-ish, and up until then, you know, it was gaming on like 486s, 386s, 8086s. Whatever we could get to run, because again, like it was just like mountains of these old computers that just people didn't want anymore, but they were like, well, I don't want to throw it away, like we'll give it to you. And my dad would be like, I'll take it. And so he literally had like about 150 different desktops, all from like the 80s and 90s, that were again like 8086s, 486s, 386s, and yeah, so it was good times. I was like scrapping together, you know, I think my first computer, I had a half a gigabyte drive. Yeah, I think it was like a 512 megabyte drive and then like a 256 megabyte drive. And like those are the 2 drives that I had, and like that was all the space. And so like I was uninstalling and reinstalling things when I needed to play. You know, it's like freaking the install of like StarCraft. I was like, okay, this thing's like 160 megabytes or something like that. And so like if I had it installed, I basically like couldn't have much of anything else on there. Yeah, good times to be alive. So it was fun. It was fun stuff. But I feel like actually being an adult in those times, like being an adult in the 80s and the 90s, I think would have been a lot more fun than just being some kid. But oh well, it's still fun. I still have a box back, you know, in my basement behind me, where I have an Atari. I've got a whole box full of floppy disks, like literally a full box full of floppies. It is fun. One of these days, I feel like I want to decorate, like maybe one day when I actually have like an actual creator space in my basement. I think I want to like make a wall of floppy disks. I think that would be fun, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of those floppy disks don't work anymore. But who knows? Who knows? I would probably want to get some kind of disk drive just to check and make sure before I like go out and turn my wall into a flash drive wall, you know? So maybe. All right, I feel like that looks a bit better. I honestly actually think it does. Now I know why this side over here got off. It's because I made this side, and then I made this side, And then I realized this right wall was different from this left wall, and so I copied this right wall and replaced the left wall with the right wall, but I didn't replace this side with that side. I'm gonna fix it later. All right, I reread Neuromancer like every few months. That's my favorite rendition of the future. I don't think I've ever read that or even heard about it. I'm gonna have to Google that because I love reading like, you know, books and like watching shows and movies where they were like predicting the future, right? Like they're trying to like guess what they think it would be, because it's kind of scary how close some of those guesses were on like what would actually happen in the future. And then it's also just kind of funny to, you know, like when you watch something from like the 70s and they're like, in 30 years when, you know, when we've colonized the moon and Mars and the earth is a burning rubble and there's nothing left and all humans on earth are dead and everybody else is, and you're just like, what a future that would have been. 50 years future, and we're all still here. No one's colonized Mars or the moon or anything like that. Neuromancer is Night City. It was the first cyberpunk piece of work. It's what 2077 is based from, sort of. Oh, well, that's really cool then. Yeah, I will definitely have to give that a read. That sounds really cool. So because of all this, some of the decorations will be slightly off. Yeah, as you can see over here, slightly off. That's okay. That is all right. We can change. We can rebuild. It's gonna be fine. Actually, I think what we can do is if we come over, so if we go to decoration, that's card, decoration, decor 2. And then we open this up in Photoshop. I think what I can do, let's copy that, paste that, and then we're gonna flip this. And we should be able to put you there to there. I know it's not gonna be great because it's just copying, basically. And we can redo it later. But it will keep it from getting out of hand, you know? Out of hand. It will keep it from looking bad. Even though it's gonna be just a copy-paste. Oh yeah, see, there we go. So it does look a little bit weird because, you know, this side and that side are the exact same. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is a decoration we're gonna have to fix. So, speaking of which, actually, I mean, freaking, this has just been an art stream anyway, so let's just continue with the art, shall we? Let's just continue. So let's come over here. Let's go to room. Let's refresh that, I suppose. Let's go to room 1. Open this up in Photoshop. There we go. Let's resize this down to 25%. All right, yeah. Let's just do this. You know, might as well. Now let's grab this color palette right there. My mom just texted me, sent me an old picture of me. It's always very weird to see old pictures of yourself. Not a fan, but it's also not the worst thing in the world. Actually. Where is it? There we go. We'll just, oh, man. Freaking young Moon Man right here. Yeah, oh my god. I forgot how freaking derpy I looked. All right. Do I have, okay, I don't have my phone connected to it. I have to though. I have to, just because I just want to show everyone freaking derpy Moon Man back from like 2010. Freaking 15 years ago. All right, let me get this uploaded. Here we go. Let's throw this on my Google Drive. Share. Drive. We burned him. Short farm coming. All right, let's open this up. And we're gonna go over to Drive. Download that. All right. Oh, I have not seen this picture in a very long time. Again, freaking 15 years ago. But yeah, let's get this pulled up. All right, everyone ready for Derpy Moon Man? Derpier, like you thought this was a derpy looking Moon Man? Okay, let me show you a truly derpy looking Moon Man. Way back from 2010. Actually, this is probably like 2011. There we go. There's Derpy Moon Man from 2011. Oh my gosh. What happened to my head? Why is my head so skinny? Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah. That was that is Man Moon. That is Man Moon. And just ignore the freaking chainsaw. You know, obviously I was cutting trees and things like that. But I just, oh my gosh. I was a goofy looking kid back in the day. Back in my early 20s. See, I think it would have been 20. I think I looked 20. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was 20 in this picture. This was back when I was living in Texas for a couple years. Good times. To be fair, like, I feel like this is probably what I looked like all through high school too. So, you know, like a fine wine. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. Weren't we all? Yeah, that's true. I guess we kind of all were a little bit derpy looking during high school, weren't we? Just, oh my gosh. What is, like, my head looks so small. I don't know if it was the camera or what was going on there. Does my head still look small compared to the rest of my body? Like, is that still a thing? I feel like not. I feel like I feel like I'm proportionate now. I don't know what was going on back then. I don't know. I definitely have a lot more fat in my face, though. That's for sure. I see it now. You see how small my head is compared to the rest of my body? See the chair? Ah, get out of here, chair. Oh, gee. Lost my wheel. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like my head is proportionate now. Yeah. Look at that chair. Actually, do you want to see the special guest of the chair? The chair that was manufactured in, I believe, 1987. Here we go. That's the chair right there. That is a chair from the 80s. Yeah. That is what I sit on for hours on end. Yeah. I lost 2 wheels. Oh, jeez. Give me 2 seconds. Gotta put my chair back together. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, good. No! Whew, okay. As long as the wheels don't fall off, we should be good. Alright, well. Good times. Alright, we're just gonna switch this back. Small Moon Man's back. And everyone say goodbye to Teenage Moon Man. Goodbye, it's been terrible seeing you again. Alright, there we go. We are never gonna look at that again. Alright. It's not good, dog. We can see the chair. The chair! Chair guest? Wow, chair. My chair doesn't last but a year at most. Yeah, like when they say that they do not make them like they used to, they do not make them like they used to. Kind of crazy how long this thing's been going on. Like, this is the chair that I've had all the way since, well, I think I've had this chair. It used to be my brother's chair, and he had it back in the early 2000s. I think I got this chair in like 2006, 2007, sometime around then is when I inherited this chair, and I have had it since. So it has definitely gotten its use, that's for sure. That's older than most of us, if not all of us. That is true, most, if not all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it was 1987 this was manufactured. I sit on like a $20 office chair from Amazon made of plastic. Yeah, this thing is 100% metal. Well, the back is plastic, but everything else, the frame, the arms, it's all metal. So there you go. There you go. And I don't know what it is. This chair can freaking cure back problems. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the shape of it, but I sit in this chair, like if I have like a really bad, like if for some reason during the day, like I get like super, I don't know, busy with stuff, like, and my back is just killing me. If I sit in this chair for like an hour, like my back just feels better. It's crazy. I do not understand it. What about the cushion? Why would they make that out of metal? All right, I stand corrected. Unknown artist, I stand corrected. There is a cushion. There is a very thin cushion, and it works. Oh my gosh, what do I keep hitting to bring this thing up? Oh, see, Mosa says lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Mosa. I appreciate that. All right, let's do some more art stuff, shall we? All right. So what if? How are we gonna do this? Would we just select the wall like this? Yeah, I think so. And then basically the idea is we want to create the different colored bricks. Yes? I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. And then we go with some slightly darker bricks. Yeah. Although, oh crap, that's how it was going again, wasn't it? So, oh, that's right. I almost wonder if I do need to redo how the walls all work. So here's the thing. It shows the walls like this, right? So here, let's just do this. Let's do this. So if I select, crap. Okay, so then if we deselect the other parts of the walls, and we cut that, paste that. Go. Now we get rid of the color palette and you, and then resize you back up to 400%. Save this as decor. Here's the problem though. Come over here and we look at the, so we got decor 2, right? We put decor 2, yes. Oh. That's my bad. It's like, you can't save this. This is open somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Now if we come in here, here's the problem.
Unknown artist says, Moon man, it's time to take a break, go get some water, some dinner, maybe soup, do some killerings, some charity, and maybe a little bit of gammon.
Hey, I don't know if I can necessarily take a break. I feel like we haven't done anything in this stream. I feel so bad. This has definitely been just like a very laid back stream, and so I apologize to everyone. I sincerely apologize. No, we got to keep going. Especially if we're gonna redo how everything works. Because yeah, we can't necessarily have, you know, bricks showing up over the freaking doors. It's not exactly ideal. Ooh, so what can we do? What can we do? We could... you played some games and talked with chat. The least you can do is some killerings. Gotta do some killerings. Gotta do some killerings. Actually, I think what I was doing last time was, instead of having this up, I opened up the one with all of the doorways, and then I just worked around the doorways. I actually think that's what I did. That would make a lot more sense. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's go 25%. Also, what is a killer ring? I don't get it. I may need some explanation on that one. All right, so if we select that, new, now we can do that, and then fill it. Then I believe what we can do is, basically the idea is we will just work around, wait. Okay. There we go. Good enough. Peace. Finally. Yeah, so then we just work around the doors and try not to get anything on the doors themselves. We also need to make it look natural enough to where if there is no door, it doesn't look noticeable. Yeah. Killing but said weirdly. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Is it Mandela effect, or wasn't there some vines or decoration? Yes. There. So we do currently have some decorations in here. So come up over here to decor. So we do have. Wait, that's decor too. We do have. So we've got the torches. Those are some of the decor we have in there right now. We also have the cracked bricks. It's kind of hard to see, but these are like cracked bricks or decaying bricks, however you want to call them. And then yes, we do also have the vines in here as well. Right now, I'm basically just going through and adding. I want to add more, right? I also needed to redo this one forever now. So yeah, so that's kind of why I'm doing this right now, is because I've been meaning to redo it for a while. I should be able to select all of that. Delete. There. That way it's not a copy paste of the other side. We can just do delete, resize this to 400%, and then save this as 4:2. Yes. Then if we come in here, Decor 2 should be replaced to look like... Where are you? There we go. Oh, show code. It's a freaking line there. Okay. Gonna be this one. Yeah, I think we need to redo how the decorations and rooms show. Because as of right now, it's showing... How does it show the picture? So it moves. Plays the transition animation. Switches over to here. Reveal next minimap. Show decor. So 23 is room, and then plus that game variable. Is that right? Picture 23. So POV. Yes. So 1 through 5 are backgrounds. Player section is 6. The inventory is 7 through 22. POV is 23 through 27. I wonder, can I utilize... Layers 1 through 5 are basically just reserved. I almost feel like we can use them. You know what? I'm making the executive decision. We are using image layers 1 through 5 to be the room, the doors, and the decorations. Yeah. Yeah, because 23 is the room, 24 is the decor slash trap slash exit door, 25 is the monster, and then we've got the dice for 26 and 27. But if we were to say, let's leave image layer 1 available or something like that. Then if we were to say 2 is the room layout, 3 is the doors, then we could say 4 and 5 are 2 different kinds of decorations. I mean, we probably just want to do 1 at a time. Probably gonna be best, just 1 at a time. So, yes, we could just say 2 is the room, 3 is the doors. Or do we show the doors on top of the decorations? We might do that, actually. Do we? I think so. I think so. Yeah, that's gonna be make the most sense. Okay, let's do it that way then. Yeah. So, okay. 4 is the flash, 5 is the HUD. I don't think we're doing any kind of flash. Yeah, we're not doing any kind of flash. So we'll do 2 is going to be the room. 3 is going to be the decorations. Decorations. I can freaking spell. There we go. Jeez. Okay, room, decorations, and then 4 is the doors. Room, 4, doors. Yeah, that should be correct. Welcome, Noah. Glad you're here. Come on in, sit on down. How's Arizona treating you? I will just say though, ever since you have been gone, it has been very dark and cold here in Utah. You know, like literally, not figuratively. It has gotten very cold and dark here. I'm just saying. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, so the room, decorations, doors. Cool. So, what do we need to do to actually prep for something like that? So we need to separate the doors from the room, obviously. So we just need to have a singular room, probably like room 0 or something. If we take room 1, we get rid of all of this. Stretch you across the whole thing. Nope. Stretch you across the whole thing. Go. So this will just be yes. This is going to be room 0. We're going to call it room 0 for now. But I think what we're going to do is I am going to I'm gonna open these other image files. So room 1. What would... Wait, what was image layer 5? What was that one? That's just backgrounds. We've got room, decorations, doors. No. Because I would have to redo how the whole thing works. I know that like it seems unintuitive, but like this is just this is what makes it work the best. I promise. So if we say, let's do this. Let us grab this. We just want to do POV room. Grab room. We need to paste you into... Let's just grab room 0. Sure. Throw you in there. Yes. And then we want to get rid of the walls and the floor. So it's just the doors left. Oop. That was... Make sure I have all that correct. There we go. Okay, so, did I widen this more? I think I did. Width of this is 104. The width of this one is 88. Yes, I did. Okay, so back. Let's do... 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 104. Okay. Take you. Shoot there. Okay. Cool. So we now need to say the first. I don't think we're going to call this room 1, room 2, room 3 anymore. We're going to call these the doors. We're going to say you are PNG door 1. So it'll match up with the current rooms, like layouts. But then this way we can have the rooms themselves. Yeah. I think that should be correct. Pretty sure. I think. Okay, so you would be what door? Doors. Okay, so yeah, door 1, door 2. Door 3. Door 4. Okay, so we've got forward and backward. Door 5. Lag. Blasted lag. I'm so sorry, Dazu. Door 6. Door 7 is down and left. Door 8 would be forward and left. Door 9 would be forward and right. Door 10 would be right and back. 11 would be everything but forward. Door 12 is everything but... .12 is back, left, right. All right. I'll allow it. Door 12. Door 13 is everything but back. Door 14 is everything but left. Finally, door 15 is everything. So, that should be good there. So then what we can do is, over here in RPG Maker, we can just say, in the beginning, we are just going to show... Wait, is anyone else lagging? Oh no. Are we having some Twitch issues? Oh my gosh. That is a lot of dropped frames. Yeah, that is running really bad. Crap, I don't know. That's running at like half. Gosh, almost 2% of my frames are dropping. Even YouTube's not doing super hot. Oh, this is bad. Well, yeah, that's... Yeah, they're both struggling. YouTube and Twitch. Well, we might just call it there, because that is... let's see. Oh, crap. It's so bad, he has to use chat. It is bad. It is very bad. It is very bad. Yeah, we might have to call it. Not sure what's going on. Yeah, I have no idea why. Yeah, it's both. Like, YouTube doesn't seem to be as bad. Yeah, Twitch is really bad. Do you need to restart your PC? Possibly, but I mean, I don't know. At this late in the stream, I'd probably just pause. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily my computer. I don't know if it's OBS. The unfortunate thing is, like, if I were to start it, if I were to stop and restart, I mean, like, it's one thing. I don't know. Like, for Twitch, it's like, it's fine. Yeah, I think we might actually probably call it there on the stream. I'm gonna finish up on this off stream just so it can be done for the next time. And yeah, I think we'll probably call it there. Yeah. Oh, you gotta love it when things like this happen. Good times, good times. Hope you can fix it. Door 12. Thank you, Artist. I appreciate that. Door 13. Oh my gosh, you're that far behind? That is very far behind. That is very far behind. All right, well, I'm gonna type it just in case. Have a great rest of your days, everyone, and I'll see you on. Oh my gosh, see you on the Sunday stream. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, YouTube, it almost like, it kind of seems like it's going up and down. So I don't know for anyone on YouTube if it's like having major issues. Yeah, Twitch, I have now dropped almost 20,000 frames in the past like couple minutes. So yeah, I think we're gonna end it there. I'm gonna finish this up off stream so that you don't have to sit through it, and then next time it'll all be good to go and all that fun stuff. And yeah, so I'll see you all on the Sunday stream. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. And yeah, hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your weeks, and I will see you then. So till then, good luck, goodbye, and See you then.